What did the worker at the rubber band factory say when he lost his job? Oh, snap! All right, so we are working on a new writing unit. This one is about fluency. The learning goal is this. We are learning to make our writing flow like a river, so it is easier and nicer to read and nicer and easier to listen to. Let's begin with this first activity. What do you think of the writing in the following paragraph? My aunt called yesterday. She has an apartment in Osaka. It's the biggest city in Kansai. She has a job in Osaka. She works in an office. She says Osaka is a great city. It has a fascinating history. It has lots of cultural activities. I'd like to go there someday. Please pause the video and write some notes about what you think of the writing in that paragraph. Welcome back. Next, what do you think of the writing in the following paragraph? My aunt called yesterday from Osaka, the biggest city in Kansai. She lives in an apartment and works in an office there. Because of Osaka's fascinating history and many cultural activities, it's a great place to live. It's time I went for a visit. Now, pause the video again and answer this question. What do you think of the writing in the following paragraph? Hello again. So, which paragraph was easier to read and why? This one or this one? Why? Pause the video, write your answer down in your notes. Go. Welcome back. Number 2, which paragraph was easier to listen to and why? Write your thoughts down. Pause the video. Go. So, after we've discussed the answers to these questions, you may be thinking, or you might agree with, the fact that fluent writing is like fluent speaking. It flows easily, has a rhythm, and uses sentences that have variety in length and structure. Variety. Audiences find fluent speaking and writing pleasing and easy to listen to, easy to read, and easy to understand. Improving fluency is a major goal for writing. So that is why this is a whole separate unit in our writing course, writing fluency. We are learning to make our writing flow so it's easier and nicer to read and listen to. So, let's begin with some strategies in order to do that. How do we make our writing flow better? Well, we use these strategies. They're listed here. They're from your textbook. So let's look at page 22 in Nelson Literacy 8c. Ja-jan! Here it is. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Okay. So, focus on writing. How to improve fluency. Fluent writing flows easily and engages readers. We kind of already know this. We just went through that. So here are the strategies. Use a combination of short and long sentences. Vary the types of sentences you use. Combine short sentences. Vary the beginnings of sentences. And use transition words effectively. Let's dive a little bit deeper into each of these. Okay? For example, to use a combination of short and long sentences, you do this. Short sentences require your readers to pick up their reading pace, say for an action scene, and long sentences require readers to slow down and think. So, if you need to speed up the scene, use quick, short sentences. If you want something to be a little more dramatic and drawn out, like a breakup or a wedding or a funeral, maybe longer sentences would be the thing. Vary the types of sentences you use. So basically use different kinds of sentences. For example, statements. I am going home. Don't go home yet. Questions. What time do we get to go home? And exclamations. I'm going home. Or, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Notice the first one was a question. Having lots of statements in a row may bore readers. Questions involve readers in the text, so include some questions once in a while. Short exclamations also break up longer explanations. Combine short sentences into compound or complex sentences to make your writing less choppy. Vary the beginnings of sentences so you don't have a long string of sentences. Use transition words effectively to bridge sentences. For example, however, therefore, for example, on the other hand. But remember that too many transition words will confuse your readers or muddy the logical flow of ideas. It's important to read your writing aloud in order to check that it's fluent. Ask yourself, how does this section sound? Or how does my writing sound when I read it out loud to myself? Do my ideas flow naturally from line to line? Have I used transitions to connect my ideas logically? Let's look at some examples here. Example 1. Can this be real? How often had I asked myself that? Millions of times in the past year. What can you do, though, if you don't know the truth? Nothing. I had to take the photo at face value. Either it was a picture of my real parents or it wasn't. Or sample 2. The photo pinned to my bulletin board always made me shiver slightly. A simple photo, it showed 2 happy-looking people staring out at the camera, laughing. The background was blurred, so you couldn't tell where they stood. Could they really be my parents? So, do you see how the mood changes here? When you vary your sentences and when you use different pace in writing? This writer has experimented to create 2 very different introductions. These are introductions, but using these strategies in different ways. Pause the video and kind of look at that a little more closely. Hello again. So we're back to here. These are the strategies for making your writing flow better. Okay? So use these strategies here. Let's do a little bit of practice. With a partner, I'd like you to try and revise this paragraph. Okay? Try to make it more fluent. I like to send text messages on my mobile phone. A lot of them. I send over 1,000 a month. I have an unlimited plan. There's a flat monthly fee. I text message too much. Some buttons are not working. My mobile phone isn't working properly. So, answer these questions with your partner. How can we combine the first 3 sentences to create one longer sentence? Pause the video and try it. Number 2, why is combining these 3 sentences into one longer sentence better than having 3 short sentences? Pause and try it. Number 3, include an exclamation or question instead of the statement, I have an unlimited plan. Pause and do that. Number 4, how could we combine the 2 sentences before the last sentence to create a compound sentence? If you don't know what a compound sentence is or can't remember, see the examples below here, or the bookmark that I gave you, or the sentence patterns poster in our classroom. So the 2 sentences before the last sentence, that would be I text message too much and some buttons are not working. These 2 sentences here. Okay? Pause the video and do that. Number 5. Change the sentence you just made in number 4 by making a different beginning for it. So change the first part of that sentence. Go. Pause and go. Finally, number 6. Choose a transition word or phrase to link the last sentence better. So in your revised paragraph, try to stick a transition word somewhere in the last sentence to make it flow better. Okay? Try that. Okay, now that you've got all 6 of these answered, I would like you to share your responses by clicking on this document. Log into Office 365. and you get this. Don't forget to edit the Word document in Word Online. Okay, there are the questions again. I'd like you to insert your partner's responses here. Don't forget to put your names. Okay, that way we can take up your responses together a little more easily, and I can see them all at the same time, and you guys can give feedback on each other's, and you can read each other's answers and things like that. Okay, that's it for this lesson. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening.